How about a little boozy dessert? Do you like booze? I do. You gotta try this one. We are gonna be making a boozy whipped cream today that you are going to love. It's the perfect topping for any pie that you are gonna have this holiday season. Let's get started. We're gonna start with some fresh cream. Heavy whipping cream is exactly what you're gonna need for this recipe. You wanna go with the full fat heavy whipping cream, and we're gonna do just about 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. We're gonna pour about 2 cups of heavy whipping cream into a stand mixer, or you could do this with a hand mixer. I was on vacation last week actually, and we had chocolate chess pie, and my brother said, "Can you make homemade whipped cream?" I was like, of course I can make homemade whipped cream. So I found a whisk. They didn't have a mixer actually, and I found a whisk and just got a bowl and poured some heavy cream in it and started whisking. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm making homemade whipped cream." And I stood there and I whipped and I whipped and I whipped and I whipped, and y'all, within 5 minutes we had homemade whipped cream. And I know that's shocking, but you can do it all by yourself with a whisk and a bowl, and it's easy as pie. It may take you a little while and a little bit of elbow strength, but you can do it, I promise. This is easier though, for sure. So you want to start off kind of slow, and then you'll ramp it up and get it going a little bit quicker. So all homemade whipped cream is heavy whipping cream whipped up nice and fluffy until light peaks form or stiff peaks form, however you like it. We're gonna add some sugar now to it. So we're letting it whip, and I'm gonna add about 1/4 cup of sugar for our sweetener. Some people don't even like sugar in it, so you don't have to add the sugar if you don't want it to be too sweet. If you've got a really sweet dessert, you could actually leave that out, but I like the addition of the sugar. So let that keep whipping. Then my favorite ingredient is vanilla. You always want to shake up your vanilla because it can kind of settle out. And we're going to do about 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Put it in there. Give it a delicious flavor. And then comes the boozy part. So I love to add a good quality bourbon. And this one is actually one of my favorites. This bourbon is made by one of the soldiers who actually was one of the first soldiers to ride in and fight in Afghanistan right after the World Trade Center was hit. And these bourbon bottles are actually cast in some of the steel that was found at the site of where the 9/11 memorial is. So this is a really, really special bourbon, and I love to use this anytime that I'm cooking. It's a veteran-owned company, which I think is so special. So we're gonna do about 3 tablespoons of the bourbon. Uh-oh, a little bit too much. Add that in. And let this keep whipping. You can see now, I'll turn it off for just a minute, that the peaks are starting probably to form just a little bit. So you're starting to get just a little bit of a soft peak right here. That's good. I'm gonna whip it just a tad bit more. Turn it up nice and high. All right, I think it's ready. All right, so we have finished our delicious boozy whipped cream, and I'm gonna show you how to top your pie with the boozy whipped cream. Guys, this stuff looks like fluffy heaven. And you're just gonna kind of spoon it out onto a pie of your choice. I highly recommend spooning this onto our Southern baked chocolate chess pie. And all you're gonna do is just give it a nice, smooth swirl onto the pie. And isn't this lovely looking? Oh, it looks delicious. Doesn't this make the most beautiful dessert? It's simple, it's tasty, it's a little bit boozy. Had to try a little bite, better not put that back in there. Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna grab a little bit of chocolate, and you can just take these and take a couple of them out. If you've got a microplane, just a grater like this, you can grate a couple of these over the top, and it makes for a beautiful presentation. We're just gonna grate just a little bit of chocolate over the top. Doesn't that just look yummy? So I recommend that you top this before you're ready to serve. I wouldn't top it too far in advance. Just top it right before you want to serve to your guest. You could also do chocolate curls on this, which would be really pretty. If you had chocolate bars, you can do bittersweet, semi-sweet, whatever your heart desires. I always have a little bit of semi-sweet or bittersweet chocolate in the pantry. And ta-da, you've got a beautiful dessert ready to enjoy yourself or share with friends and family or guests that come over for a little treat. Enjoy!